And now, live from San Antonio, Mike Taylor.
Yes. Well. For those that listen or watch this thing live, buenos dias. For those of you that comprise the vast majority that listen to us whenever you want to, how are you doing? I hope things are well in the future. It is Taylor as we come on the air this morning live at 10 o'clock Central Texas time. It is People I Want to Punch Wednesday, so welcome into it. Presented by the Law Office of Orlando Kale. I want to punch Trixie, the regional manager of the condoplex that we live in. Yeah, punch her in the jejunum. You know, I told this long. I don't want to retell the whole story, but we got busted this week for allowing our dog to take a dump on the property at our condoplex we live at, which we totally did not. There's no way we didn't pick up our dog crap. They had to have made a mistake. They've mistaken our dog shit for somebody else's. And the way they're able to prove it is when you move into this place, it's so hoity-toity, I guess, they make you give a fecal sample of your dog, and they send it to a lab. That way, if they find random rogue shit laying around somewhere, they send it to this lab, test it. If it matches, then you get a $150 fine. We don't ever not pick up our dog shit, ever. I am extremely diligent and religious about that. It's one of my pet peeves, assholes that don't pick up their dog crap, and there are a whole lot in my condoplex area. And we got popped for $150. So we sent a very professional, non-confrontational, dare I say, hat in hand, email to Trixie, the regional manager, yesterday morning. And basically what we said was, okay, we'll give you the $150, but we want to see a picture of the dog shit. Show us a picture of the dog shit to prove that it's our dogo, and we'll give you the $150 fee. You think she's replied? No. So punch the regional manager, Trixie, for not replying to our email. I ain't paying that $150. I don't give a shit what it looks like on my record. I ain't doing it. I am not going to get bullied in this world. One of the lessons I teach my children is do not let people take advantage of you in this world. This world is far too difficult to get by and be happy. And the more people you involve in your scene, the worse your scene's going to wind up being. And there are too many people that want to get up in your business and project their bullshit onto you. Don't let them. Do not be taken advantage of. Do not allow people to victimize you. And damn it, don't be bullied. I ain't paying no $150. They messed up. I want a recount of the ballots. So punch the regional manager, Trixie, for not replying to the email for her bullshit false DNA test. That ain't our dog shit. She got it confused with somebody else's dogo. Who you punching today, LG, and why?
I'm going to have to punch. I'm not going to call him out by name, but I have to punch the sales guy who's handling my new car. The sales dude who's handling my new car.
When you get this car, finally, we need to have a fucking party. It's taken so long and been such a beating.
I'd like to go pick it up today.
Yeah?
I texted him yesterday asking, give me the final number so I can get my funds in order, get my down payment.
Yep.
And, maybe secure some financing beforehand.
See.
Texted him at 8 a.m. yesterday.
Yeah.
Ghosted. Still haven't heard anything.
I don't understand that, man. People like to pick on millennials and younger generations and shit. No. That's all ages, people that ghost. All ages.
Well, we've had excellent communication. It's been over a year since I ordered a car.
You sure you didn't get deported? Is there a reason he had? How long has it been?
He is a Mexican.
How's his English? Does it sound like it's his third language?
I've never talked to the dude. It's all been through email and text.
Oh, how do you know the way he writes?
No, his name. He's got.
Okay, but he doesn't write weird like abstract words like
no.
For me, come your car. Okay.
No.
Thank you.
It's a legit business where he works too. It's known. But nothing. I'm like, dude, I need to get my finances ordered. Give me the freaking final, out the door price.
So you're ready to go up and pick it up, right?
I want to pick it up today after the show.
What's your plan? Just to Uber up there? You got to ride?
No, I'm gonna trade in my car.
Oh, you're dumping off the old man.
Get that shit out of here.
So what's your trade out? No, I didn't. I thought you just bought another car outright. And
that's the last thing I have from when I was married back in the day.
This hunk of junk out here?
And it's a constant reminder because I bought it from my ex's grandmother.
Oh.
So I just want to get it out of my life.
Did y'all have sex in it? Probably.
Not with the ex-wife.
Word up. Well, then, I get that.
I want me some glory.
It's also just a very old car.
It's 20 years old.
Yeah, and at some point, it's just going to fall apart on the highway, and you're going to be stranded.
It's already doing that.
Or you're going to have a car, you're going to have a wreck and get hurt. So you can't have that. So, well, answer his damn email. He's been trying to buy this effing car for over a year. And isn't this, refresh my memory, I have a bad one. You had a car, but then COVID hit, and they're like, sorry, we're way behind. Why don't you just take the next year's version?
Yeah, I ordered a 23.
It's not even the car you originally ordered.
Yeah, now I'm getting a 24 because they couldn't make the 23.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so Punch, let's just call him Ernest.
Okay. Rocky's in here. Good gosh, do they have your dog's blood sample to match the dog poop sample? No, not technically, although my dog has spilled blood on this effing property. Because he got attacked by two asshole doggos that were allowed to roam free without a leash by the moron neighbor that I have. It's bullshit. L. Harley's in here with a $2 tip. What's up, L. Harley? Ain't a $5 tip, but we'll take any tip we can get.
Oh, wait.
Punch Formula One race CEO for the prices they're charging to go to the races up in Vegas. Interesting. I've never even looked at prices for Formula One. I've spent, it's just one of those things where I'm notorious for thinking about getting into things, but it takes me like 4 years to get into it, but I'm still thinking about it. Ever since I heard such good things about the Formula One Netflix show, Survive to Drive or Drive to Survive, I think it is. I've heard that it's a badass show. When we were at Prestige Motorsports with 3 Cents those couple of weeks earlier this month or last month, I got into Formula One a little bit because we had the Austin race up here. And then I know that they're getting ready to go to Vegas. And I read up on the races that week. And it really seems like a sport that I would enjoy getting into. But I just haven't gotten into it all the way yet. It's been about 2 years I've been thinking about it. You know what? So punch me for procrastinating on Formula One.
That's the one sport, like racing, I just haven't got into.
Yeah, I think, you know what you need to do? And this is, I couldn't have given any less S's about racing as a kid. What happened was I started going to the races.
Well, that's what happened with me in soccer. Once I started going.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you would have never become a huge fan just watching on TV. But going to the racetrack when I was a young man at Mickey Dallas Radio, and NASCAR had decided to start having Winston Cup races in Fort Worth because we built that big-ass track up there in 99, 2000, something like that. Gosh, has it been that long? Nobody wanted to cover the races. I was just a young dude, little cub reporter, just trying to, fit in at the station and, be that guy. And so I volunteered to cover all of the NASCAR, not doing dog shit about racing, but crash coursed it, so to speak. And then when I got out there, and I was spoiled too. Like the first time I ever went to a race, I went with my buddy, and we had badass seats, and I had a great time. But then like later on, when racing had come back to Fort Worth, I actually got to go down into the pits. And you hear those damn NASCAR engines fire up. And this is the heyday of NASCAR. Dale Earnhardt. Brum, 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 brum. That was me. And I just fell in love with it and loved NASCAR for a good 10 years. Kind of lost track of it when I came to San Antonio, but then when we got COTA, I vowed to get back into it, and shit, it's been 5 years and I haven't gone yet. I need to get up to a race in Austin. I think you and I should go together. I think because it's so much more than just the race. It's a scene, and it's how we do a sports talk show. Yeah, there's a game going on over here, but I'm here for the scene, and I think
that just happened, right? We just missed that.
Just missed it. Yeah. So we'll try again next year.
Try to get some requests in for media credentials.
Yeah, let's do it.
ASAP.
I agree. We should start covering it, man. Absolutely. Brian's in here, says they're tearing up the Vegas Strip for that race, and they covered all bridges so you can't watch from the walking bridges. Oh, yeah. No bullshit free. No freebies.
Oh, so it's like a street race? It's going like down the strip?
No, not the one. No, in Vegas, I think it is.
Oh, that's
the one in Vegas is in the
that's
city.
pretty cool.
That's pretty badass. How cool would it be? Of course, now I'm just pretending I'm James Bond. How cool would it be if we were like, our show blows up, and all of a sudden we decide we have the funds to like go to Monaco to watch? Because that's what I think's so cool about Formula One, without even ever having gotten into it much. Do you see the cities they go to?
Dude, the track in Singapore is amazing.
It's unbelievable. It's so James Bond. Like, we're in Azerbaijan this week, okay? Or we're in Monaco, or we're in I think we're in Mexico City the other day. Vegas and Austin, of course, but they go to these like strange cities, like these Eastern Euro bloc cities and Asian cities, and it's very, very highbrow shit. It's very, and like you said, the Singapore track's supposed to be incredible too. So anyhow, I just at some point would like to get into Formula One. I've sworn for 3 years, and by the time I get into it, the guys I started paying attention to will be retiring, but such is life. Took me 5 years to get into soccer too. I didn't mean to get on this tangent, but anyhow, I think I want to try to watch that Formula One documentary first, and then maybe actually go to a race, and that might actually make me fall in love with it. Because right now I'm kind of like you. It's kind of like meh. And I know it's amazing. I know they're great. These are the greatest drivers in the world and the best auto mechanics there are, and a bunch of scientists from NASA that work there and to build the cars. And I'm jazzed by that. But would I be jazzed by just watching the races? I don't know. I need to go. All right. So that's it. Punch me for taking forever and being a procrastinator and taking forever to get into other sports that entertain me. All right, it is People I Want to Punch Wednesday, presented by the law office of Orlando Kell. He is a lawyer for all. He is a lawyer for whatever it is you're into, you need an attorney for. He's your boy. He's our guy, the official attorney of this show in Thunderdome is the law office of our guy, Orlando Kell. He specializes, and I like to mention this in these live spots with Orlando because he wants me to, but it's something close to my heart. I've been divorced twice. So I've dealt with family attorneys in my life. And hopefully we'll never have to deal with another one again. But if you need a family lawyer, Orlando Kell's the dude. Divorce. Maybe you've already been divorced, but you've got custody issues, visitation issues. You need to get the decree changed. That happens. If your kids are little when you get divorced, you're stuck with this old lady here as your ex-wife for about 9 more years or whatever. Things change, people move, and this kind of thing. So if you got custody issues, visitation issues, you need to get changed in your decree, Orlando Kell can handle that. Father's rights. He specializes in that, which is near and dear to my heart because I've got a penis and I'm a father. Enforcements and modifications, he's your guy. It is the law office of Orlando Kell. All right, is our boy ready? I heard a little ding-a-ling in my ear. Good. All right, let's go to our guy. We're going to get back to the news of the day. But one of the items that I'm jazzed about tonight is the Spurs are back at it. I find myself looking forward to Spurs games. Not only just enjoying, I didn't enjoy the 2 blowouts, but unlike any time in the last 2 or 3 years, I've got the schedule at least a week out in my head every week. I look forward to the Spurs games. We stopped down for the Spurs. We've watched every game so far, and tonight I don't think will be any different, especially with it being an early start. 6:30 tonight, Spurs and the Knicks. as Victor Wembanyama makes his debut at Madison Square Garden. And we have a dude on with us now called Jeff Garcia, who's been on before. Jeff, congratulations. You are the first repeat guest of this podcast. I don't normally do that, but for you, you're my dude.
Glad to hear that.
I like you, but it's also just to get publicity on your show, too. So, so anyway, so welcome back in here, man. They play the Knicks tonight, and it's always kind of exciting when they play in New York just because it's New York. Although the Knicks have been trash for a long time, the Knicks are better. The Knicks are decent now, and that's good. And you lived in New York, and I can only imagine because New York is a city that I love. New York, don't get me wrong, but it's very hyperbolic. Yeah. The way the media works up there is all their teams are going to win the championship.
Every year.
They don't, well, we need to fire everybody, and that's just because we're fucking New York, bro. I can imagine the hyperbole that Wemby is going to hear. There's probably write-ups on him and all the papers up there because he's in town. And you remember that circus that he went through right before the NBA draft. Thoughts on living in New York, dealing with the hyperbole, and where Wemby's place is in it tonight for this game?
Man, I miss New York City so much. I've been away from it for about 2-3 months already, and already getting that itch. When am I going to go back to go visit? But I get it. It's Madison Square Garden. It's the Big Apple. It's everything. It's Times Square. I mean, Wemby's face right now is in Times Square right now because of the whole barcode energy drink that he's sponsoring.
Oh yeah, love it.
So this is how much the Wemby effect and New York City kind of go together, especially today. They're going to reveal, and they're probably out now or soon, a 30-minute first Wembanyama TV commercial featuring him and barcode. And so they're launching it ahead of the Knicks game. That just tells you, how much that market can do for any athlete looking to expose their brand. So, but no. As far as living in New York and just, being around Nets and Yankee and Mets and Knicks fans and Giants and Jets, all those teams, let me tell you, the one unifying factor among all of them were actually the Knicks because they all bonded together over how much they sucked. Maybe for years, that's all you would hear. You go to the sports bars, you go in the subways, you go in the gyms, you go in the grocery stores. It was, boy, those Knicks suck, don't you? High five. That's how it was. So, and even when they got when the New Jersey Nets moved to Brooklyn, it was still just it's Knicks City. When it comes to basketball, it's just Knicks.
Interesting.
The Brooklyn Nets can be on some ridiculous 20-game win streak.
Yeah.
But if the Knicks win 1 or 2 in a row, forget about it. It's all over the papers. So
it's like the Clippers. There's nothing they can do to ever even get close to the Lakers, right? Same thing, same effect.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it's cool that he's there, But here's as a San Antonian and a Spurs fan, from what I've seen, I'm sure he's excited to be in New York. They probably had they probably got there yesterday, so he probably had a cool day. Not that I should have looked at. I haven't looked at any of his socials since yesterday. Yeah. I'm not obsessed with the kid. I don't follow everything he does. Oh, I try not to anyway. But I guess what I'm saying is, I don't think he's going to get big-eyed from being in the Garden. Nothing he's shown so far suggests that anything's too big for him. He is wired differently. He's not going to get overwhelmed. If he struggles tonight, I guess is what I'm saying. I think you agree. If he has a bad game, it's not because he's, oh my God, I'm in the Garden. He won't be wowed by that, right?
No, I agree with you there. I mean, look, he's kind of struggling right now from the field. Did not have a great shooting game versus Indiana. Then again, what Spurs did, So, but, I think it just feels like it's coming full circle for him. Its career started in the NBA, at the draft in New York City. There was the first pitch for the Yankees game. Little trivia there. His first professional American jersey was actually a New York Yankee jersey, not a Spurs. So there's that. But no, I'm looking forward to it. I spoke to a couple of New York media, and they're excited. I mean, this is odd. They reached out to me saying, we got to have you on to talk about Wemby. I mean, that's the impact of him. And they didn't, in my chats with them, they didn't care if the Knicks won or lost or what. They just wanted to know if Wemby's going to give us a show as he did versus Phoenix. That's what they're more interested in, because they want the mecca to have those kind of games. They want to have another LeBron, great, phenomenal game, another Kobe, 50-point game, on MJ 55 game. They want to see something like that out of Wemby tonight.
All right, this is Jeff Garcia. Let me go through your resume here. It's extensive. Spurs beat writer, Ken's 5, technically, but of course we have him on here because I love his podcast, Locked on Spurs.
Yeah, you were there yesterday. Yesterday, you were our featured guest. So,
I was the featured guest, and I appreciate that. So we're scratching each other's backs today, but for good reason. I wanted to have you on because you live in New York and you're a good dude. NBA 2K League writer. You still doing that?
Yeah, I still do. I
Okay.
do dabble in
All
that.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, very good.
Still do that.
Man of all seasons. All right, dude. So,
Yeah.
let's discuss the group at hand. So, and you and I got into this a little bit on Monday, and it's a running theme as long as this year is going on because it's year one with him. Yeah. As they continue to try and alloy their chemistry, their roster together, as you mentioned, it's funny because they're not playing well. I don't know if the word's funny, but it's like I didn't want to overreact too badly. I didn't want to overreact too much from the sweep in Phoenix last week.
Yeah.
But good Lord, when they lose, they get their ass kicked, and they've now got 2 40-plus losses. And even the Toronto game, they blow a 27-point lead, lose in overtime. So if you go back, I don't know what the math is, but you go back to Sunday, they're ahead by 27. How much did they get outscored by the rest of the game by Toronto?
Jeez.
So that was that was an overtime blowout loss because they blew such a huge game.
Yeah,
big lead. What's the deal with getting their ass kicked? What is that about?
Yeah. To me, that's just signs of this team is still not out of the woods yet as far as its development. Look, they're hovering around 500 ahead of the game, and as you said on Locked On Spurs the other day, shouldn't everybody be okay with this? I mean, that's what everybody wanted, just to be a nice hovering around 500 team, show development, show progress, and technically they are. But if you want to get to the meat and potatoes of it, you lost your second, I guess one of your better scorers, Devin Vassell, for the last few games. Mm-hmm. You lose that defense, you lose that leadership, you lose that second option for Wemby. Not to say KJ's not doing a good job. I mean, he's doing good, double figure scoring in the last few games. But Devin is different. So you missed that. Now you insert Malachi Branham into the starting lineup, and he's struggling. He spoke with me a few days ago, and he openly admitted, he goes, I haven't found my shot yet. So then you got the whole Sohan, Trey Jones, point guard situation right now. And although statistically Sohan is getting better, it's not Trey Jones. It's not that force. It's not that guy who is a point guard, unlike Sohan, who's learning to become a point guard. So, and then of course you got the education of Wembanyama, that NBA, learning curve going on right now for him. You saw him on the sideline when he picked up his first NBA technical, and he had no idea what was going on. He had one of the assistant coaches explained it to him why he got the technical foul. So you got that going on. So teams are keen on him. What this reminds me of, Mike? Remember last year during the tank season, how they came out like gangbusters? Oh, we beat Denver. Yeah, we beat Milwaukee in their gym. Look at us. We're being competitive. And then the wheels fell off. Yeah. I hope that doesn't happen this season. I hope they just remain competitive throughout the season, hover around 500. But that's what it eerily reminds me of. But we'll see how they fare against the Knicks. Historically, though, you mentioned how the Knicks have been bad of late, but they've always given Spurs fits. Every single season, they give Spurs fits. I think the Spurs have lost 2 straight to the Knicks right now. So, yeah. Spurs are hopefully the bright lights of New York City doesn't blind them, and they come out and just get this 2-game losing skid out of their mouth.
You mentioned Jeremy Sohan, and you and I talked about this on Monday on Locked On, and that is like basically, I guess I was saying, it's like we're in a hurry up and wait pattern where it's like we're patient, we understand the process of it all. We know he's a baby. He's only played 6-7 games. This thing is new. Now you got a guy who's hurt. But boy, that doesn't mean we can't point out the crap that goes on. We can't. That doesn't mean that there can't be some negatives that are threatening to be maybe long-term issues. The point guard position, and I don't want to overreact too much, but again, we're hurrying up and waiting. I'm patient, but it appears that the point guard thing It's a conundrum because I don't know that Trey Jones probably needs a partner at that position. I don't know what you think about that. I don't think they're going to be giving him 35 minutes a night. But Jeremy Sohan has really struggled and appears to be way out of position here early on anyway. Are you confident that that'll figure itself out, or are you worried that is going to be a long-term issue here this season?
I think it'll be figured out. I think it'll get figured out if the losses keep piling up and these close, games just slip through their fingers or they blow leads. I think if look, every NBA team has an analytical statistical department. Spurs have one. The numbers don't lie, Mike. The plus minus column, my goodness, it's overwhelmingly in favor of Trey Jones.
Yeah.
Plus minus column with on and off stats with Trey Jones and Wemby paired up together. Eesh, it screams out of the stat sheet, like these two guys work. Sohan, again, if you look at his trend right now, he is getting better. The assists are spiking up. Turnovers are starting to come down a little bit, but man, it's just those crucial turnovers in games, that just hurt when you see Sohan just get his, the ball picked from him or a pass that goes awry. So we'll see. I think I'm hoping it'll change, especially if you want to keep Wemby happy. Mm-hmm. If you want to keep Wemby happy with wins, you do what you got to do to keep him happy and collecting those W's. So we'll see exactly how this shakes out. But no, I hope that we'll one day look at the stat sheet and go, oh, Trey Jones started. Smart move, Pop.
Yeah, and finished. He's been finishing, but maybe he should start too. Yeah. All right. You mentioned Devin Vassell being out. Already Devin Vassell's hurt. And I'm worried about that. I want to see how worried you are because he missed a bunch of games last year. Now, I've wondered aloud on this show whether or not, had they been in playoff contention last year, hypothetically, would Devin had come back sooner? Is it possible they were way overly cautious with him because they were losing? They weren't trying to win because they wind up giving him this big extension in the summer, which tells me they don't have any issue. They don't have any concerns about the knee. But now we've got a tweak going here. I hope this is just a fluke and it's not a pattern here for Devin Vassell and missing games. What do you think about that? Are you worried about him being the dreaded injury prone?
No, I'm not worried yet.
Okay.
2 different injuries last year and this year. This one, I think they upgraded him for tonight for doubtful, I believe, or versus out. So, hey, there's progress there. Yeah. I did have a source tell me that Devin told that source that he is fine. So we'll see. This could just be the Spurs being the Spurs. Just you have a hangnail. We got to take over precautions here. We can't trot you out ASAP. We're gonna make sure your health is number one before wins and losses, all that stuff. It could just be that. But in a way, Mike, I kind of like it because I want to see how this team, especially Wemby, if he picks up his, the Devin Vassell slack, if he rises up to the occasion, or if another player is going to step up, a life without Devin Vassell, learn how to play with that. Wemby, learn how to, put that team on your shoulder. We saw him do it a couple of times this year. Can he do it more consistently this year? And that's that's my thing with Wemby right now is just consistency. Mm-hmm. I would hate for that one night in Phoenix be far and few between as his career progresses. I would hate for that to be a pattern. I would like to see those type of games on the regular. I think that's what you want out of your number one pick.
Right. Jeff Garcia from Ken's 5 and Locked On Spurs podcast. You mentioned this barcode commercial. Did I mishear you? Did you say it's a 30-minute commercial?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. My mistake. I was saying a 30-second commercial.
Oh, second. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. My mistake.
I do want to see it, though. So they're releasing a new barcode commercial. I went and tried some. I don't know. Have you had barcode? It's hard to find in town.
There's billboards everywhere, though, with barcode in San Antonio.
Maybe it's in more places. I found it at the Central Market on Broadway near Alamo Heights. They had a couple of them. We tried a couple of the flavors. One was good, one was terrible. But I'm willing to support Wemby's causes, so I might try to find some new ones. I certainly want to see the new commercial. All right,
dude, those billboards are also popping up in Austin too.
Well, that makes sense.
They're reaching out of both markets right now.
That's we're every day with this thing becomes more and more of the Austin-Tonio Spurs, as you know, which we're just going to have to get used to and live with. All right, before you go,
Yes, sir.
And maybe the answer is nobody. Maybe you're a peaceful man. Or it's Wednesday, which means that it is people I want to punch. Do you have anybody you need to punch and why?
I'm glad you brought that up. And yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes, I do. Maybe not well, I guess it could be people, but more people / companies.
Okay.
I want to punch favored delivery services, seamless services, all those services, because every single time I have an issue with them. Mike, I ordered something from Seamless the other day.
Okay.
From Sandwich Shop A in downtown. I don't want to put their name out there. And know what I got? Denny's.
They
dropped
serious?
me off Denny's. I'm not kidding.
Good
They
Lord.
dropped me off. And then I get this. I had made that order at 7:30 in the evening. I did not get that simple sandwich until 9:30.
Not even hungry anymore.
I was at that point. I was like, I'm going to cancel it. And then when I made that decision to just kill it, knock knock, we're here. And then so these services, man, sometimes they can just really irritate me. And do they know how to read instructions? I mean, it says clearly, I put on there, if you cannot enter the building, simply call me and I will go meet you.
Sure.
I get, we couldn't get a hold of you. We left it on the sidewalk. I'm not kidding. I picked up my food on the sidewalk. Downtown San Antonio, there's a bag of food with my name on it, just sitting there for anybody to grab. So here I am, just running out of my apartment, trying to grab it before somebody else says, "Hey, look, free food. Thank you, San Antonio."
Right. All right. Before I forgot we were going to mention this. We got into this Monday. The 40-year-old virgin seed you've got behind you there on that wall.
Yes, sir. Yes,
what
sir.
What the fuck is all that? How old are you?
You and I are the same age, man.
I thought so. Okay. Yeah. What do we have here behind us here, Jeff? What's going on? I anticipated a cool sports room from you, and I get what do I see there? What is this?
All right. So this,
I see Darth Vader.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm glad you said that because
look,
I know you're not into the nerd and the Marvel.
That doesn't mean that it's not cool. Maybe I'm the nerd.
No. See, you thinking it's you not being a nerd is actually cool. But
okay.
we're gonna give you some nerd cred right now. So just in case, you never know, you could be out and about, Mike. Looking to add subscribers or whatnot, or a new advertiser, and you look at the back of that new company that wants to advertise, and you see maybe he has a little Darth Vader picture, and you're like, you know what, that's Darth Vader. Boom, you're in. All right, so here's the education.
All right, LG, do you recognize any of those posters besides Darth Vader?
I think I see Venom right there.
Hey, good LG.
Okay.
LG, do you approve though? Do you approve?
I mean, I don't disapprove.
It's cool art.
Is that a Ninja Turtle of some sort?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, wait, a Ninja Turtle?
Yeah.
What the hell's a Ninja Turtle?
Yeah, right here.
Oh, it's just tricked up. It's made to look cool.
All right, so here. I'm glad you brought this up because this was going to be your nerd education for the day.
All right, well, okay.
All right.
Well, I don't know any of the others. That looks like which one's Venom? The chick with the blue hair?
No, right here.
Oh, see, Venom. I have no. Okay, let's just tell me their names. I'm gonna just tell me who we got here.
So, LJ got this right. This is Venom.
Venom. All right.
This is a Marvel. This is basically Spider-Man's one of his enemies. Okay.
Okay.
This one's tough. Even if LJ or you knew this, I'd be mega impressed. So this is Jinx, a very popular character from the League of Legends animated Netflix show.
Yeah.
Really good, phenomenal.
Okay. Right. It looks like some stripper I saw in 1995.
Was that the one? Was that the one that LG had problems with?
Yeah, that's the one that broke my finger. Was that a video game, League of Legends? They made a show out of it? Okay.
Yeah.
I should have never brought this up. I just opened up a can of Nerd Town. Go ahead. What else?
You did. All right. So I think you got Vader. So good job, Mike.
Yeah.
You get that one. All right. This one's tough. This is Galvatron from the Transformers movies.
Okay. Sure.
So there's that. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
This one, this turtle.
Yeah.
You know, Mike, you might actually like reading this novel because it's not your daddy's turtles. This is the most violent, not for kids graphic novel ever made.
Okay.
Is this the one? I don't want to give it away where there's only one Ninja Turtle left.
Yes.
Okay.
And they got massacred. Yeah.
Oh, is that the one that was left?
That was only one left. And there's a big reveal at the end of the story, and it's pretty crazy. So
Okay.
now we're gonna enter the really nerd deep waters now. All right, hang on.
Okay.
So I'm also a fan of Japanese anime. All right.
Okay.
So one of the most popular, one of the first, I guess, the first introductions into America of anime was a show called Dragon Ball Z. And
Dragon Balls.
These yeah, I'm waiting for that little laughter drop from
Fight
Peter
through
Griffin.
that.
Yeah. This group was one of the good guys. This was one of the group of bad guys they had to fight. And this guy here, he's the protagonist. His name is Goku. He's from the Dragon Ball Z series. So I am a nerd. I am proud of it.
No, that's
I don't
fine.
care.
No. That's
Now, just to clarify, it's anime, not hentai, right?
Yes, anime, not hentai. Mike, you might want to look that up when you're by yourself.
Just delete your history after you do.
Just delete your history, yeah.
Hentai? Oh, is it horrible porn from Asia in which they're doing things that God did not intend for humans to do to each other in a sexual manner?
Pretty much. So
Pretty much.
I promise you, Mike, this information will come in handy for you one day. It's gonna come in handy. One day you'll be like, you know what? I'm glad I know who that is.
How do you spell hentai?
There we go.
H-I-N? Let's see.
H-E-N-T-A-I.
Hang on. H-E-N-T-A. Is this going to make me not want to have sex for a year?
Actually, probably the
opposite.
opposite.
Hentai images.
The opposite.
Oh, it's just cartoon porn.
Yeah, that's all it is. Anime.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, you want to... Oh, good Lord.
Exactly.
Well, I guess in cartoons, you can make humans do things that real humans are not capable of doing.
That's probably where the birth of all that tentacle stuff came from.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
These are very
LJ,
elastic folks. Yeah.
LJ, should we educate Mike on what a waifu is? Do you know what a waifu is?
Oh, man, I see those dudes driving around with their
Yeah.
little
You know what?
cars.
This is hijacked the show. I'm cutting you off.
Yeah, we might have
All
to.
right,
We'll
we're
get
done.
an update on that later.
Okay. All right, dude. Well, I appreciate it. Let's get. I
sir.
want to come on. I want to have you on again because this whole chemistry and how good they're going to be and how shitty they are and injuries and meshing, all this kind of stuff are things that I'll need to.
Yeah.
We'll need to talk about as the season goes along, obviously, because
Absolutely.
it's a running theme here, and that is the formula that they are as they take a 3-4 record into this Knicks game tonight. All right.
Yeah.
Dude, thank you, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you
All
very
right.
much. Appreciate you guys.
All right, sorry. Yeah, I spent more time on that than the Spurs. God almighty. Punch myself for even mentioning that up. All right, so there's Jeff Garcia.
Punch Jeff Garcia for calling me LJ.
Did he say Jay?
Yeah.
Oh, he did?
I should say punch Joe Garcia. Yeah, there we go.
F you, Joe. All right.
That's Joe Garcia, right, from Mike Jimenez
Yeah,
show? Okay.
it's Joe Garcia Parr. All right, let's reconnoiter. I never should. I got distracted by the cartoons he had on the wall and never even should have brought it up. It just punched me for killing 10 minutes of the show. That shit. God almighty, God almighty, God almighty. All right, what else today? Show brought to you in part by R&R Auto Glass, the official auto glass repair company. Is R&R, and it's for a reason, not just because we like them. It's because they're kick-ass, and they're local. They're Poodle San Antonians. They're UTSA season ticket holders. For what that's worth, I say that just to prove that they're local. And if you're going to spend money, why wouldn't you go to an independently owned, San Antonio-owned company?
Also proud supporters of the San Antonio Missions.
Are they season ticket holders with the Missions,
Well,
too?
no, they have a banner out in right field.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. I forgot about that from last season. You're right about that. So, yes, there's no reason to go anywhere else in town but Puro San Antonio's own R&R Auto Glass. Not one of these big chains based in frickin' Buffalo, New York or some bullsh. Go to my folks at R&R right there by the airport at 281 in Tacoma, 210-340-2588. 340-2588 or rnrautoglass.com, rnrautoglass.com. Okay. What else today? Mike McCarthy. He got a little. He probably wants to punch a few reporters today, but meh. So McCarthy clapped back yesterday when he was asked about Brandon Cooks, the veteran wide receiver the Cowboys brought in, who has done, well, basically nothing. I think he's caught one touchdown pass, I want to say. And it's pretty hard to catch touchdown passes if they don't throw you the ball. In the biggest game of the year so far, Sunday in Philadelphia, they only targeted Cooks 2 times Fuck is that? And I know that it's not right now, that entire receiving core, or else you're not taking a flyer on this pothead Martavis Bryant. And that, by the way, we mentioned this as a rumor yesterday. That's official. The Cowboys have signed veteran pothead, I'm assuming it's weed, Martavis Bryant, who literally doped himself out of the NFL, hasn't played in 5 effing years, but they're so hard up for skill players, I guess. They've signed Martavis Bryant, who now is in his early 30s. I guess he's played in the XFL and the Canadian League or some shit. Well, Converse Judson could probably beat or at least hang with the San Antonio XFL team, if we even still have one. I'm not even sure. But I don't know what we're doing bringing this dude in off the street. We haven't played in the league in 5 years, unless you're desperate at the position. Or he had talent years ago, and it's like a Trey Lance situation where, man, can't hurt, might as well pay him. He's going to make practice squad money. But I'm fine with that. You know, had the Cowboys won Sunday, and Dak Prescott and the receivers are absolutely in sync. Now, Dak has chemistry with CeeDee Lamb, nobody else. He has chemistry with Jake Ferguson, but he ain't a wide receiver. So I guess what I'm saying is, had they beaten Philadelphia, had the offense been rolling along, and they're 8-1 like the Eagles are, and they bring in Martavis Bryant, I'm like, they're just taking a flyer on a kid, whatever, stick him on the practice squad. Maybe he can be a decoy, blah, blah, blah. But because you are struggling on offense, because you can't run the ball, and you don't have an elite quarterback, and you're not targeting Brandon Cooks for some god-awful reason, God only knows reason, when you bring in a guy like Martavis Bryant, it makes me go, So that all being said, I thought the question to McCarthy yesterday was fair. Why are we only targeting Brandon Cooks twice in the entire effing game? And McCarthy was like, I don't play fantasy football. Well, you ain't playing no fucking winning football Sunday night, that's for sure. How are you not targeting Brandon Cooks more? You know, CeeDee Lamb bitched a month ago because he wasn't getting looks, and now all they do is throw to CD. How about some balance there, Chemo-Sabis? So, punch McCarthy for getting butthurt for the question yesterday. That was an absolutely legitimate, totally legit question. Absolutely. All right. What else? So, I mean, again, before I get out of the Cowboys, I got another thought. Here's what's going to happen. You know, it's like, I don't play fantasy football. Okay, Boomer Sauce. You know, so the nexus of the Cowboys' offensive struggles this year has been what? The quarterback. And a lot of y'all got mad at me for criticizing Dak Sunday night. Well, let's just forget just Sunday. Let's look at the entire thing as a whole. In 8 games, do you believe Dak has played elite-level football? No. The answer is no. He's been what he is. He's decent. He's a good veteran quarterback that can win some regular season games. That's it. And I bring that up and y'all get mad. Here's what's going to happen Sunday. They're going to beat the shit out of the Giants. Micah Parsons will talk shit. And they'll act like they're right back in contention when I'm not buying it. The Cowboys have mastered the art of being good. And that's it. They're not bad. They're not great. They're just good. Now, to be fair, how many teams right now are great in the NFL? 2. They're certainly not one of them. And I'm going to piss y'all off some more with Dak. I'm ready for him to retire. Because as long as he can stand, he's going to be the quarterback. And although I will say they have not given him an extension, they tried to give him an extension this summer to knock off some of that $59 million cap hit for next season. And he said no. Now, though, he may rue the day he said no, because if I'm Dallas, I might say no. I strongly hope that the reason why Dak's not been extended yet is because they haven't made their minds up yet whether or not they want to extend him. That's a good thing, because I don't want Dak being the quarterback beyond next season. I can live with him the rest of this year and then next. And then after that, then he'll be pushing 32, and Lord knows what physical shape he's going to be in then. Look, man, y'all can get mad at me over my Dak sentiments all you want, but I don't run my NFL team the way the Cowboys do. I run my team the way the Steelers do, and the Patriots do, and the Dolphins are these days, apparently. Ruthlessness. I'm here to win, no matter what that means. I don't give a shit who gets their feelings hurt. They don't like it? Fuck them. We can franchise tag them. We can dump them. The Cowboys are flawed, but they're too flawed. Everyone's flawed, but the Cowboys are too flawed. You were supposed to be Dak friendly because Dak's getting older. Dak has lost a step since the injury 4 years ago now in the Giants game. So what do? We go bring in Brandon Cooks. That's good. That's Dak friendly. Oh, but we're only going to target him twice in one game. Okay, that's not Dak friendly. We let Zeke Elliott go, and I totally understand why you did. You couldn't pay that guy $15 million this year. It was stupid. And so So what do? We don't bring in anybody to help Tony Pollard. And now a lot of y'all are bagging on Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard has not changed at all. He's the same guy he's always been. I think he's been fine since the injury. I don't think his struggles have anything to do with the injury at all. I think his struggles have a lot to do with, you paid Terrence Steele a whole lot of money and now he sucks. You panicked and gave him a massive extension in the summer, which was fine. But now all of a sudden he's been horrible. And I question your judgment, Cowboys. The offensive line is falling apart by the week. You did not replace Zeke Elliott well at all. Rico Dowdle has proven he ain't it. I thought Malik Davis was going to be a good player. He never gets a chance. You draft Deuce Vaughn, and you don't play him. Well, why the hell did you draft him? You should never draft a running back unless you're going to play him. Again, this team never gets running back right. Never. They had no excuse but to release Zeke. That wasn't them being football smart. That was them making up for years of stupid money. Because he had gotten too old for that kind of money, and even the Cowboys were not dumb enough to fall for it again. But you didn't replace him worth a damn. Then you go out and you draft this kid, Deuce Vaughn, and you tell me that it had nothing to do with his dad working there. It was purely coincidental because we love Deuce Vaughn, but you never play the guy. They have effed up their running back scene. So if you want to defend Dak, there's your defense. You're letting your offensive line fall apart. You're bringing in veteran wide receivers who, like in Brandon Cooks, who's had 5,000 or 6,000 yard seasons, and you don't throw him the ball. You leave Tony Pollard's ass out to dry because he's got no help. Well, no wonder Dak's struggling. Dak's not good enough to make up for those kind of mistakes. Everything has to be perfect around Dak or he can't be elite, not against the good teams. It's a bad way right now. They're 5-3, and I ain't happy with it. So I can tell you that. And also, here's another thing. I'll say this with regards to Dak. Quarterback play across the NFL is pretty shitty right now. Let's do our little game where we pull up the standings here. Hang on. Sorry, getting old. Let's see. Damn it. All right, so let's go through this real briefly before we get out of here. And by the way, before we get into this part of the show, it's People I Want to Punch, brought to you by the law office of Orlando Kell and brought to you in part by San Antonio City Soccer. The official soccer club of Thunderdome is San Antonio City Soccer. If you're looking for a soccer club for your kid, they have ages 4 to 19. They have over 1,500 players in this league because they're the preeminent league in this town. It is the official soccer club of Thunderdome, San Antonio City Soccer. I'm going to go through it briefly here. Quarterback play across the NFL right now is not great. In there for the last couple of years, it was starting to get really good, but let's just go through it. So Tua Tagovailoa has improved. I think he has really benefited from my boy, that 21-year-old coach they got there. I love that guy. I hated him at first. I thought it was weird, but now I was just being ageist. Now I love him. I love his style and his swagger. I love that guy in Miami. Tua's been good. Josh Allen has fallen apart in Buffalo. Aaron Rodgers lasted 2 plays and he's hurt for the year. Cam Jones, is it Cam Jones? I was going to Mac Jones up in New England was a Rookie of the Year candidate, and now he's horrible. Lamar Jackson, he's probably your MVP. Pittsburgh, they fucked up drafting that Kenny Pickett. He sucks. Cleveland, Deshaun Watson still hasn't found it. Joe Burrow starting to get back to Joey B, the dude I love. So there's 2. I just look around the league. Trevor Lawrence is coming into his own. C.J. Stroud, he's going to be the Rookie of the Year the way he's going in Houston. That's good. Who the hell's the quarterback in Indiana right now? Do we remember? Their poor kid, that kid got hurt. He's out for the year. They're playing some damn backup. Ryan Tannehill is finally maxed out in Tennessee. You got Patrick Mahomes, who's not been very good. He's not been Mahomesy in these first 7 weeks. Justin Herbert. He's had days where he looks brilliant and then days where he looks pedestrian. The Cowboys own Justin Herbert. Vegas doesn't know their ass from a hole in the wall. Russell Wilson's done. Jalen Hurts is still good, but he's really banged up. Jalen Hurts is, I think, the Eagles better be careful with Jalen Hurts. They're going to get him injured worse. Then you got Dak. Right? Do you know who the quarterback in Washington? Well, that kid, they thought they liked him, but I don't know why. He's not any good. Daniel Jones is out for the year. Jared Goff has stepped up and had a Pro Bowl first half for Detroit, but he's still Jared Goff. I think reality is going to kick in. My dude Kirk Cousins, out for the year, blew his Achilles out. They had to desperately bring in Josh Dobbs, who's not very good either. Jordan Love, the kid in Green Bay, is flamed out. That was a bad pick. The kid in Chicago can't stay healthy. He looks like a one-dimensional bust. It's bad football all over the place. Hell, Brock Purdy has sucked for a month, and he's banged up too. Quarterback play just overall. Kyler Murray he's still trying. They can't get him on the field. I don't think Murray's going to start for the Cardinals this week, and they traded Joshua Dobbs, and he's still not ready to go. It's if you look at it just right now, and it could change in a month. Quarterback play in general in the NFL right now is not awesome. It's not tremendous. All right, what else today? You know what we got? We can't play the song because of copyright issues. I'm just gonna do it myself. Let's see. What's the opening of "Hot for Teacher" by Van Halen? Got the drum solo. We have another one, LG. Did you see this?
No one told me.
Yes, sir. It is time for a female Texas teacher diddling report on the Mike Taylor Live Show. You bet your ass. Sorry, we'll get sued if we play the tune. We got another one, y'all. And it's local. And it's puro. Yeah, shit. Orale, Lanier High School. Man, Lanier, baby. Lanier's in the news. Lanier checks in to the Texas Female Teacher Diddling Report. Lanier High, bitches. Yes, sir. So, we don't have any details yet. And a lot of districts will go out of their way not to give many details. Lanier High School, this is KSAT 12 today. Lanier High School is investigating a report of an inappropriate relationship between a female student and a staff member, a student and a female staff member. According to the principal, Dr. Rick Flores, sent a letter home to the parents yesterday. Sorry, one of our teachers has been porking one of the students, but we're going to do all we can to protect your kids from this mongrel lady. Flores said the employee who was not named in the letter is no longer on campus. The letter adds that SAISD is cooperating with a police investigation. Please know allegations of this nature are always taken extremely seriously, says Flores in the letter. Well, that goes without saying, Principal. I'm assuming you take it serious when, one of your teachers is fucking the students. SAISD did not tell KSAT if the staff member has been arrested or what charges they may face. The letter adds that Lanier High School staff are communicating with the student and their family. Yes, it's a female. My sources tell me it is a female. So add Lanier to the 2023 Mike Taylor Live Show Female Texas Teacher Diddling Report of 2K23.
I want me some glory hole.
He got it too. Man, and she got herself in trouble. See. Don't have a mugshot of her. Hopefully we'll get one by tomorrow.
Did you give an age on that?
No, we don't have any. This is
I'm
all
willing to bet under 30.
Well, this just came down
maybe
last
around
night.
25, I would say.
Oh, you're just hoping it's around 25.
No, I'm thinking it is because the age gap there. It's
Well, dude,
it's even it's grosser if it's like a 50-year-old.
Well, I know, but that it happens from time to time. I'm trying to find my sheet with all the chicks on it, or all the schools. Oh, here we go. Yeah. So I got to put Lanier on the list. So Lanier High School from San Antonio checks in. So here are the schools this year that have been popped. Dripping Springs. Boy, she was dripping. Beaumont. I'm surprised that hadn't happened 2 or 3 times a month in Beaumont. The Idea School down in Mission, Texas. Her mission was to get in his pants. Alvin High School. the alma mater of Nathan Uvalde, Rangers world champion. I wonder if he knocked off a slice when he was at Alvin High. Alvin High School it made it this year. Alvin. Do you think she screamed, Alvin, whenever she climaxed?
Sure.
That's the worst one of the year, maybe.
There's no punchline there.
That might be the worst one of the year. Mejia. He Mejia'd all over her forehead. San Antonio Warren. So we have multiple San Antonio offenses this year. Stanton High School, way the hell out in the middle of nowhere. And Lanier. So we have 2 SAISD schools this year with Warren and Lanier. So San Antonio ISD has taken the lead, and it's November.
I substituted at Warren a few times, and yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all.
Wow. Were there a bunch of young, underqualified teachers because they're low paid and the district couldn't find anybody to fill jobs?
Yeah, and I believe it's one of those at-risk schools where everyone gets like free lunches, and, second chances and whatnot.
Oh, I see. Dr. Chinka Moses is in here. Beaumont, you mean Beaumont?
I've spent a abnormal amount of time down in Beaumont for some reason. So
why? On jobs?
My uncle used to live there, and I would go there like every summer, and he had a pool and like a pool table, an arcade in his house.
Pretty sure
so it was like heaven for me.
I'm pretty sure Beaumont's a shithole.
It's a shithole. It's a shithole. Although the Montaigne Center at Lamar is pretty nice. The basketball, the basketball arena.
All right. I'm going to take your word for it, Holmes. I'm going to take your word for it. The Montaigne Center. What else today? Before we get out of here tonight. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, here we go. Cesar Gomez is in here. Dak Prescott ain't Dak good. He's just trying to get knee slapped. See?
Dak Prescott sucks.
Okay. David's in here. Thank you, Taylor, for being so honest. Oh, thank you. Look at that. What's up, a subscriber? What is he? Thank you, Mike, for being so honest and transparent. It was very refreshing to hear your analysis of the Eagles game. As a lifelong Eagles fan, I have been through this rivalry for over 40 years, the good and the bad. I've listened to every analyst in both Philadelphia and in Dallas, and I lived in the Metro 6 for 6+ years as well. You're one of the first sports figures close to the situation, points out the truth. It wasn't just this game. He's been doing this since he got there. Thanks, David. Look, I mean, it's funny. Since I got approached by yesterday, it was Geraldo, the general manager at Mi Familia, where we did 3 Cents podcast. He's like, hey, you've done a 180 on Dak. All those years you were defending him, and now you're bashing him. I thought Geraldo was mad at me. I'm like, well, Geraldo, the thing is, he's like, no, I'm happy. It's about time. He's just not, he's not gotten better, and now he's gotten older, and now he's digressing. He regresses some weeks. It is what it is. It's the same dude. He's not going to, you don't figure it out, at 30. Not when you've had the miles that he's had and the injuries. Okay. Did you see this tweet by Tom Brady? We'll end with that. Brady is in the news. So apparently somebody is taken to photoshopping pictures of Tom Brady and Victor Wembanyama all over the place. I didn't know about it until I saw Brady's tweet. Brady has addressed it. When Brady, I guess he's seen it enough where he's decided, all right, I got to tweet about this. So Tom Brady tweeted out a picture of him and Wemby that's totally photoshopped. There it is right there. That's Tom Brady standing in a store, but that is not Victor Wembanyama in there with him. That is Photoshop. I think. I can't tell who's actually in the store, but that's Photoshop. So Tom writes, you see the tweet there, media outlets asking for permission to use this photo. Yes, you may. Here is the file. Disregard other photoshopped images of me and Victor. So Wemby wakes up this morning in New York to Photoshop pictures of he and Tom Brady, and Brady actually feeling compelled enough to address it. Pretty funny. There's your ender. This is the circus atmosphere that Wemby will endure in New York City, where the Spurs play the Knicks. And however it shakes down, we will most certainly overreact to all of it when we get back in here mañana. Thank you to Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs and Ken's 5. Thank you, Thunderdome, for watching this. Thank you to all of the contributors and our subscribers and our members. We love you hard. See you boys back in here tomorrow for Fart Drop Thursday. Peace out. Oh, my bad. Premature fart.
Come back, you puppy!
This program was made possible by contributions from viewers and listeners like you. Thank you.